insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
What's up, everybody? Matt Robinson here with another episode of Beyond the Lines, powered by Wizard Sports Picks and wizardsportspicks.com. Coming at you with a NHL Beyond the Lines edition for Wednesday, November 26th. Typically, I know I'm active on Tuesdays, had a little flight trouble flying in after the weekend, and so Dana was able to come through in the clutch, take over my Tuesday, and then I am going to bring you a little Wednesday slate. It actually worked out great. We've got a 15-game NHL card on Wednesday, November the 26th. Thanksgiving Eve for any of the followers watching along here in the U.S. Great card, lot to choose from. I am going to do things a little bit different. I'll get into that here in a bit. Typically I'm giving out 3 plays. I call it my NHL hat trick. I'm still going to do that today, just with a little bit different pick as far as, what I'm throwing out there. And then I do have a bonus pick at the end. So at the end of this video, you'll have 4 plays that I love on tomorrow's card, with a 15-game card, being an NHL-focused capper. I do have a lot of plays out there, so I'll be sure to have a couple other premium plays up on wizardsportspicks.com. Feel free to check those out as well. And feel free, again, to like, share, comment. Let us know what you like about the show, what you'd like to see changed. We're all ears. We're trying to grow this to be something really special, given the handicappers that we have on the page. So without further ado, I will jump into today's episode, where I'm going to throw out 3 NHL hat trick play for tomorrow's or today's, when this goes live, Wednesday, November 26th. So looking ahead, one thing I do want to note, the reason for my picks this way, just to kind of change things up, do a little different approach. Last year, Thanksgiving Eve, there was 15 games on the NHL card. 11 of those 15 first period overs hit. I think 9 of the 15 actually got to the full over, but 11 of the 15 had the first period over. Guys are excited. Thursday is going to be a day off. There is a 15-game slate on Friday, so every one of these teams, minus 1 or 2, will be back in action on Friday. So not a big break for the guys in the U.S., but it is what it is. It's the National Hockey League. So getting into the picks, what I'm going to do is I actually am going to give out as my hat trick of NHL plays my 3 favorite first period overs on the slate. Given last year's track record, I thought this would be kind of an interesting approach to give you kind of 3 first period over picks I love, why I like them, and then as I mentioned earlier in the show, I'll have a little bonus pick that's not a first period over play from this card. So first game, and let me make sure that I get these in correct order, timing wise. Okay, cool. And so first pick of the 15-game slate, first period over that I really like for tomorrow, we have Carolina hosting the New York Rangers. Carolina enters this game as one of the hottest first period over teams in the league at an 8-2 in their last 10. I've mentioned it in my write-ups. I've mentioned it in free plays in the past, in other videos. But Carolina, Jacob Slavin being out has been a big hit for Carolina. Their offense is wheeling at a very high rate, but their defense, just hasn't been able to keep the puck out of their net. They're going to be hosting a New York Rangers team that, by all stretches, I've gone against the over with the New York Rangers, especially at home, or specifically at home, because I do like them on the road to score some goals. So they are 7-3 entering this game. I think it's a great look for a first period over. I think we get 2 goals at least in the first, and that is a 7 p.m. Eastern time puck drop tomorrow, and you can find that on ESPN Plus, as well as however you watch your games in Canada. If you're in New York or if you're in New York or Carolina, it's obviously on the local channel that you typically are watching on. Game number 2 for me, we're going to go out to that Winnipeg-Washington game. Washington will be hosting the Winnipeg Jets. That'll be another 7 p.m. Eastern time puck drop on Wednesday, November 26th. Entering this game, Washington and Winnipeg are both rolling 7-3 to the first period over in their last 10. Washington is scoring a crazy amount of goals in their last few games. They've had 8 goals, 7 goals just in their last few games. So they're definitely a team that I like overs with. First period overs, 7-3. And when you're hosting a Winnipeg team with a backup goalie, for any of those folks that didn't know, Connor Hellebuck is going to be out for a while. And that's, a big hit for the Winnipeg Jets. He's arguably the best regular season goalie in the league year over year. There's a reason he's won multiple Vezinas, MVP, you name it. So he's a great regular season goalie, and that's a big hit for the Jets. Another little fun tidbit about this game, Washington is 10-0. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. So if you like that prop, go for it. It's hard to argue with a 10-0 streak. It obviously will end at some point, but as far as it's going right now, it's a great look. So pick number 2, Washington, Winnipeg, first period over. And then for my last pick of the hat trick of first period overs, Thanksgiving Eve edition picks, it's going to be a little later of a game, 10 p.m. Eastern time. For those that sit out east, it is going to be a late one. We've got the Vegas Golden Knights hosting the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa fans, I'm sorry. I know it's a late one for you, but it is what it is. So Vegas currently is riding a 6-4 streak to the first period over. Ottawa, on the other hand, 7-3. Vegas at home. I love the first period overs. That place just gets rocking. Night before Thanksgiving, you'll have the locals, you'll have some people in town maybe spending Thanksgiving in Vegas. I love the first period over in this one. So Vegas, Ottawa, first period over. That is my third and final hat trick Thanksgiving Eve edition first period over plays. Now, I did say I would mention a bonus pick. Typically, these are prop picks. Tonight, it's not. It's actually a full game over that I really like, that I did want to mention, give you guys another, bonus hit, if you will. This is another late game, so if you are on the East Coast, this might be one you throw the bet out there. Wake up on Thanksgiving celebrating that you had a nice little hit and some extra bankroll for the exciting Thursday of a lot of different sports. But there will be 0 NHL games on Thursday. So without further ado, Vancouver and Ottawa. Vancouver and Anaheim. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong thing. The Ducks are hosting the Canucks. The Canucks are on an 11-1 run to the full game over, 7 or more goals. Both goalies for Vancouver are hurt right now, both NHL goalies. So that's obviously a big hit. You're scrambling with goaltenders. They already were struggling defensively. They do happen to have, a few goals in most of their games recently. Like, they're chipping in offensively. Their power play has been hot, but they are having trouble keeping the puck out of the net. And when you're taking on an Anaheim Ducks team that is second in the NHL in goals per game, while being bottom 10 in the league in goals given up, that screams over to me. Vancouver's run has been crazy. So over 6.5 in this one seems like a great play. It looks like Yuri Patera will be starting in net for Vancouver. It's not confirmed, but that's what's expected given their goaltender situations. He is 0-1 this year with a 7.37 goals against average. Yes, I said 7.37. He gave up 7 goals just last week to Florida. So this one screams over to me. If the Ducks are able to replicate Florida and put up 7 goals, then it gets there on their own. But I think the Canucks will chip in with a couple goals in this one as well. So that's my bonus play outside of the first period over hat trick of Thanksgiving Eve edition. Bonus play, Vancouver, Anaheim over 6.5. That'll be a 10 p.m. Eastern time puck drop. And you can find that on ESPN Plus as well. That is it for today's episode. Again, thank you so much for all the support, the comments, the likes, the sharing. It's really, really appreciated. Get over to wizardsportspicks.com. Check out all of our premium plays. We've got some crazy streaks going. I'm currently on a 35-16 NHL run, hoping to get 3 or 4 of these to go through and just keep pushing that momentum. But there's a lot of great cappers on the site running a lot of big streaks. We've got big Thanksgiving. We've got basketball. We've got some great NFL games on the slate. So get over to Wizard Sports Picks. Check it out. And that is it for me for this week's edition of Beyond the Lines. I will be back next Tuesday on my normal day to break down some plays that I like specifically in the NHL. That's it for me. Have a happy Thanksgiving for those folks in the U.S. We do appreciate your support over at wizardsportspicks.com. Have a blessed day. Have a great betting day. And we will look forward to seeing you again next week on Beyond the Lines with wizardsportspicks.com. Thanks.